What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Two Dudes of Sports News. As always, in some capacity, I'm here with my new co-host for today's episode. Jalen might be chiming in a little bit later, but today we got two guests on the show. Introduce yourselves. Whoever
Uh,
wants to go first.
I'll get it out the way. I'm not new to this show, but these are my guys, and my name is Young Heavy. Y'all probably know me from Sports After Dark, one of the co-hosts of Sports After Dark. And as y'all can see, I'm a Niners fan, big Lakers fan too. So let's get it.
And I'm C Lew. I'm another co-host on Sports After Dark. Y'all might know me from there or just know me from my sports stuff on Twitter or I guess X now or whatever. I'm a Colts fan and I'm ready to see the 49ers and the Jaguars this season. And I'm a Heat fan as well and I'm hope we get swept. Hope
I'm
we get up
sorry.
out of the playoffs. Get up out of there.
Man, that was a shaky intro. That's on me, but we got there. If you guys are new to the show, follow us on all the socials. Follow us on YouTube. We're at TDSN Pod on Twitter or X, whatever you decide to call it. Same thing on YouTube, TikTok, all kinds of stuff like that. But yeah, we're gonna get right into it. It is pre-draft day. Draft is tomorrow. I'm gonna be honest, it kind of snuck up on me this year, but we'll get into that in a minute. We got to talk a little NBA playoffs. I have been admittedly a little behind on basketball this year. It's been a little busy. I'm thankfully my team is finally at the point where we can just I could take the year off and March comes around. I'm like, all right, who are we playing? And
Pretty
I haven't
much.
had that. I haven't had that in my life for a long time, but I got my Celtics are in. Heat, y'all might be getting out real quick. And the Lakers
I hope
are
so.
trying. So what do you got? Some bold predictions. What are you guys thinking of the team so far? Who's been surprising you guys? Who's been doing exactly what you thought was going to happen? And who do you think is actually going to make it to the next round?
Uh, you gonna take it first, Lou? Or you want me to take the lead first?
Yeah, I can go. I can go.
Okay.
Um, Really, no team has surprised me this far. As far as like the teams that's in the playoffs, like I figured Golden State would do their thing versus Houston. I figured Denver would, Denver and because we talked about this in Sports After Dark, that Denver and the Clippers would be a really good series. Um, as far as like with the East, I mean, I guess I'd be well. I'm not really even surprised about the Pacers and the Bucks either because like the Bucks didn't have Damian Lillard for the first game, and I didn't really think the Bucks were that good this season anyway. And just what surprised me is that the Heat actually decided to make the playoffs um, for no reason whatsoever, besides to give OKC a first round pick. That's the only thing that surprised me. I guess I would say about this whole NBA playoffs and all of that.
Don't tell
That's
Spody
about
the
it.
Bucks weren't that good. Do you think Dame should even be playing at this point? Like he came back from that injury real quick.
I just hope he's all right, man. Like I don't
Yeah.
think he should, but I hope. I pray nothing happens to
And I
Dame.
mean, I get him, as a competitor, like I get him wanting to be there. Like I can only imagine how it feels. I'm never gonna know what it's like to play in the NBA, but I can only imagine how it feels to be chasing something your whole life and have to watch somebody else do it and you not to be able to contribute in any capacity, and that's got to be killing you. So, Lou, what about you out of the or Heavy? What about you out of the West? It's been a long
Any,
last few days, man.
any surprises?
Yeah,
I don't. I don't have no surprises coming out of the West. I think everybody that made it was supposed to make it. Well, I am surprised that the Memphis Grizzlies is just going to lay down every game. I thought they would come out with a little bit more respect against OKC, but clearly, they just it look like they're going to just get blown out every game. It looks like John Morant is pretty much over it, and I wouldn't be surprised if he demands a trade in the summer. I think
GI
he's
Jaw.
over. Yeah, I just think he's over the whole Memphis situation. I think he's ready to move on. Just from his body language I've seen
Mm-hmm.
in the first two games. The teams that are there, we've talked plenty of times. I expect the Lakers to be in the NBA Finals. Um, a dark horse team that could make it, even though they probably won't beat us, is the Los Angeles Clippers. Um, I think they make it to the Western Conference Finals. They're the dark horse team that had what it takes and a healthy Kawhi Leonard that they can make some noise in the Western Conference. I got them definitely making it to the conference finals.
This is the first time Kawhi's been healthy since I think like the start of the Biden administration. This man has been
Dang. He been hurt
for a
that long?
long
That's crazy.
time. It feels like it. I might be wrong, but it feels like it.
I might
So,
be
I
And
right.
yeah,
though.
I don't trust it. Not Kawhi. Like I don't trust the Clippers because I don't trust James Harden. Like,
No.
and I
Like-
mean, Kawhi is healthy, but for how long? That's always my thing. Is like he's healthy, but for how long? It seems like both of them always seem to find a way to either get hurt in the playoffs or James Harden just don't show up. He'll show up for game one, and then you be like, "Where the hell you at, brother?"
You rolling the dice after that.
Exactly. I feel like playoff Paul hadn't been playoff Paul in a long time too. Like he's been kind of there. Like the whole it's an old team, man, and like not old and like it's fun too. And I'll say this to some people, be like, "Oh, they're 30." I'm like, "No, 30 is not old, but in professional athlete standards for like basketball, football, like 30 is old.
30 years old, yeah.
Like they're not who they used to be. This isn't 360, Paul George. This isn't, 6 man of the year James Harden. This isn't Kawhi hitting that corner three. Like this is they're older than they are. They're not who they used to be. And the question is, like, especially with playing every other night, can they stay healthy? Can they keep it going? And I'm with you. I don't think they can, but if they can, Heavy, I agree. They're the dark horse out of the West. But it's staying healthy that is going to be the problem.
Health has always been the issue with them, So that's why we always say, and I know people make it seem like it sounds like a broken record, but we always say the same. If James, if a Kawhi Leonard is healthy, if James Harden wants to show up to the party, like Lou said, you got, at the game one, you just rolling the dice on Harden after that game. You don't know what Harden you're gonna get. So that's the wild card with them, but they're very good defensively. Of course, they got a good head coach in Ty Lue, and if Kawhi is healthy, you see what he's doing against Denver. If they're gonna be a tough out if he is healthy.
Never did I think James Harden would turn into J.R. Smith.
Damn.
That never did I think that would happen. Am I wrong though? He's dropping 4 or he's dropping 40. Like that's just how it is.
Yeah, I think the first game he had like 35, and then the next game he had like 18.
On like 17 shots.
17 shots. Yeah, see, huge drop off.
Come on, bro. There's no middle ground. He's carrying the team or he has to be carried. And it's a weird point for him in his career. But I think if they can keep it together, then the Clippers are the dark horse out of the West. I think my Celtics beat the Magic, especially with their injuries and everything. And Tatum's out tonight, but I'm not that worried. I think it was a wrist injury. He'll be fine. I'm not too worried about it. I think Celtics easily I don't know about easily, but I think the Celtics make it to the finals. I think the Cavs are going to be the biggest issue with them because the Cavs have been a solid team.
Yeah, it's lined up for y'all and the Cavs to be in the conference finals because y'all on both different sides of the bracket, so it's lined up for you guys to meet up in the conference finals. But the Cavs, I'm not sold on the Cavs like other people. Darius Garland has yet to show me that I need to see that you show up in the playoffs or show up against Boston.
That's fair.
2 things you haven't done. You haven't showed up in the playoffs, and you haven't showed up against Boston.
I hope he doesn't. Selfishly, but I don't need him showing up against Boston. I mean, but I think it'll be good for. I mean, I don't know if I'd say it's good for basketball, but I think it'd be fun to see that Celtics-Lakers rivalry renewed and kind of have the perennial. I don't know about perennial, but like because as much as I would love to see us in the finals every year, I don't need another Cavs Golden State finals because that was kind of like it's that fatigue. It's the same thing as the Chiefs. Like the Chiefs are in it every single year, and it's great for Chiefs fans, but for everybody else, it's like, man, can it be anybody else, please?
Got tired of it, man.
Yeah,
give me the Raiders and the Saints. Give me I can't. Well, that's not possible. But no, it is.
Just give me something different. Just give me
something different.
I don't care. I need something
just
different.
Like I don't want to see the Chiefs and the 49ers again. I don't want to see the Chiefs and the Eagles again. Like give me somebody else, man.
I just want to see the Chiefs again.
Like I don't want to see none of them 3 teams again.
We just need to win it this time,
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Well, on that note, man,
and losing.
On that note, let's get right into it, man. Let's get to some draft news. That's the main. I mean, that's the biggest thing coming up is the NFL draft. Lou, you and I were talking about it before Heavy came on. This is the first time I think since Caldwell's first season as the GM. I have no idea what the Jags are doing. Not a clue. I think our new like admin has been very specific about trying to find out who the leak has been the last few years, because every week it's something new. Week and a half ago it was Jalen Walker, then it was Mason Graham, then it was Travis Hunter, then it was back to Mason Graham, then it was back to Jalen Walker, then it was Ted McMillan, now it's Ashton Genty. I'm like, I don't know what we're doing. The only one that would upset me is Jalen Walker. And that's not because I don't think he'd be successful. We don't need to take another end that early, if you ask me. Because you've got Trayvon Walker and you've got Josh Allen. Eric Armstead's bumping back inside. We're going to be, why was he playing outside in the first place? Why is a career end playing outside in the first place? Thank God that staff's fired. But I feel like they've been playing it really, really, really close to the chest. And there's some rumors coming around that we may trade with Denver if Genty's there. I don't know what's going to happen. There was some trade that got floated out that they're going to give us a King's ransom at Cortland Sutton, which if they are, done.
So you can have it.
Yeah, done. I'll give you 5. That's cool. But what are some of the weirder rumors and stuff you've seen outside of the Shador tanking stock agenda?
Tyler Shaw.
Okay.
Why the hell is he going? Why are they talking about him going in the first round? I'm sorry. Anything I've watched, he does not look like a first round quarterback. That boy look like Davis Mills, a bootleg Davis Mills at that. And we all know how Davis Mills panned out. That boy look like a bootleg Davis Mills, and I don't see no reason why they talking about he flying up draft boards and all these analysts talking about they like him and stuff like that. The boy is a 7th-year college guy. Like, he's been in college for 7 years. He's Brandon Weeden.
Oh,
Brandon Weeden.
Oh,
He's
so he's going to
Brandon
Cleveland.
Weeden.
So Cleveland's got their quarterback at 2.
Hey, Cleveland, if you want to sit there and do that, be my
Go for
guest.
Go for it.
Let me
Go
laugh
for it.
They can
harder
just
at
slide
you.
right on down the board. Go ahead.
Do the most Cleveland thing humanly possible.
Go ahead. That would be my guess.
I would
Lord
make it
Jesus,
slide
if they
right
did
down the
that,
board.
bro.
Let me
Oh, my
laugh.
God.
Or the Giants. Piss off neighbors. That'd make me so happy.
My dog in LA would be so pissed if
Oh,
Cleveland
he'd be hot.
took Tyler
He'd be
Shaw
hot.
at 2.
Tyler Shaw would be insane. I think after you draft him, they would probably tell the GM you got 2 years, and you know that pink slip gonna be waiting. It's gonna be waiting for you.
Man,
The
no,
river-
you got a year, and if you ain't do nothing in a year after that pick, that pink slip is at your. Don't even come in after the season. Don't
You
even
got
come
24
back in.
hours. Show
We
me
will
what you're doing
box your
tomorrow.
stuff up and ship it to you. Do not come into this office ever again.
No, it's not even that. It's just he gets in the next morning to go to the war room. We change the locks. You're done.
Yeah, it's over.
You're not even finishing. You're not even finishing the
done.
draft.
No, we're
You're
not
not
doing
even
this.
finishing the draft. You're out of here, dog. We'll
But
send you a
I'm-
box in the mail.
I'm with Lou on that too. Like I started to see that late, the whole Tyler Shaw thing, and I said, really? I don't.
Of all the people,
Maybe you gassing it out. I'd have cool if they'd have said Jackson Dart, even though I'm not big on Jackson Dart like other people are. But I'm like, I don't know about Tyler Shaw. I don't know. I don't see it.
Jackson Dart I kind of get, but the only reason why I kind of get Jackson Dart is because I don't get Jackson Dart if you need to win a game in the fourth quarter. And I think every Ole Miss fan will tell you that. If you need to win a game in the fourth quarter, I don't want Jackson Dart. And again, like we had a shout out to Toriano. We had him on 2 episodes ago where we were talking about Ole Miss and that Florida Ole Miss game where Jackson Dart threw 5 interceptions and only 2 got caught. Like that was he can't be the hero. He has to be, and no disrespect towards Brock Purdy, but he has to be in a situation like that. Like Brock Purdy's where he doesn't have to play hero ball. He's got great weapons around him where he just has to do what he needs to do and they'll be fine.
Oh, did he freeze?
I don't know. Is he there? Oh man. Yeah, hopefully he didn't. But yeah, like he said about Jackson Dart, I'm just not sold on Jackson Dart like everybody else.
Hang on.
I'm not big on it. I'm not big on Jackson Dart. Oh, there you go.
Uh-oh.
There
He's
you go.
back, ladies and gentlemen. He is
Yeah, I
back,
think
ladies and gentlemen.
you froze on us.
Well, this will be
Yeah,
fun
you
for the
froze on me.
recording later. This will be fun for the recording later. Shoot.
We was trying to hold you down. We was gonna hold you down until you pop back up, man.
Oh,
You
we're
know how
good.
to
We got
do
to
it.
figure it out. This is gonna be fun for the recording later. But so it's for me. I'll just cut around it when we actually post the episode. But this is going live, and that'll be fun. But to me, like it's he can't be. See, Jackson Dart heard me talking, and I guess Lane Kiffin hacked my system or something like that. I don't know what's going on. But
Lane Kiffin had to pull the plug on that one.
he said,
Don't talk
"No,
about
we're
his
done."
quarterback, man. Don't talk about his quarterback.
But to me, like I think the one that one's definitely surprising most is him popping up draft boards. I think the one that's kind of shocked me too is like Shador falling is kind of weird, but there's a player every year that they do that to. The Tet McMillan fall has kind of shocked me because I watched him, and no disrespect to Travis Hunter because he might be a Jaguar, we don't know. I watched him get absolutely cooked by this man. So to me, if he's supposed to be the best corner in the class and he got cooked by this supposedly the best receiver in the class, what are we talking about? Like what's the argument here? They went 1v1 and Tet came out on top. Like there's no that's a no-brainer to me. Like I don't understand why he keeps falling. That one shocks me.
So Tet, I kind of understand just because for me, like Travis Hunter ain't the best corner in this class, just like he's
I
not
agree.
the best receiver in this class. I think
I've been saying
Will
that for
Johnson,
3 weeks.
Yeah, I think Will Johnson's the best corner in this class. It's just his health wasn't there and people forgot about him. But if you go watch him or Benjamin Morrison's tape from 2023, listen, man, Travis is going to be like that. Like he's going to be good, but I just don't think he's the best at either position in this class. But with Tet, I can kind of understand it just because, like, when you go back and watch his film, some of his routes are lazy. And like some of the stuff that he does is kind of lazy. And then the whole thing that came out talking about I don't like to watch film. I don't know if it was a joke. I don't know if it was real, but him talking about he don't like to watch film because they watch enough film when he's with his receiving group. Like,
yeah, that I don't like that.
It's a bad move.
I was at a small school and I was watching film at home on my iPad. Like,
yeah, that's
so
a bad move.
Yeah, that's just bad to me. But Shador falling out. Shador ain't gonna fall. I don't think Shador falls out the top 10 at all. I just think it's smoke and mirrors, to be honest.
Because people reach for a quarterback all the time. I mean, EJ Manuel and Christian Ponder were both first-round picks. You can't tell me those guys. Those are not first-round quarterbacks.
And if he falls to the number 9, if he falls to number 9, Saints taking him?
Yeah, it's not even close. They're gonna hand that card in quickly.
Who do they have a quarterback at 9? Because Derek Carr ain't it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's supposedly hurt too, though.
They got Derek Carr and then that dude from
Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, Rattler's not it either.
Like I can't see Shador going past 6, and I can't see him getting past 9.
Yeah. I'm with you.
The Raiders are at 6, and I can't if Genty is gone or something like that. I mean, Mason Graham may be able to go to the Raiders, but I can't see Shador getting past the Raiders, or if he does, then I can't see him getting past 9.
The only reason why I see, and I'm with you, the only reason why I see Shador going past the Raiders is if the Raiders take Genty.
Yeah.
Because Zamir White ain't it. Like he's not a bad back, but Zamir White is not Ashton Genty. And that's not a shot at Zamir.
He's not your bell cow back.
No, that's not a shot at Zamir either, but he is not Ashton Genty. That's where I'm at with it. Like, I've got Jags fans who are like, why are we taking a running back? I'm like, a dude with the Saquon Barkley ceiling's a no-brainer if he's sitting there. I don't care who you have on the roster. Like, I've always been an ETN advocate. Tank Bigsby was one of the only reasons why I stayed somewhat competitive in the fantasy football league we had. I got cooked weekly. But to me, it was like Tank and ETN can get it done. But if you have a guy who can easily put you in 2nd and 6 and 3rd and 3 situations, what are we doing? You put 8 in the box and you force man on man with De'Ami Brown and Brian Thomas Jr. someone's open. Someone's open. There's no way. So that's it for me. But I mean, it's where Heavy. Where do you see Shador going?
Just like Luke said, I think he goes to the Saints. If he falls to 9, he goes to the Saints. I honestly think that's where he goes because I don't see the Raiders taking a quarterback. I just don't see it.
Mhm.
Um, I think they dare. I think they're gonna rock with Shador. I do think Genty is the pick. If Genty is there at 6, I think they're gonna because Genty is a Pete Carroll type of a running back. Pete Carroll
For
Yeah.
sure.
loves
Oh, for
that type of
sure.
style of running back. So I think he goes there. And some people are trying to give Genty flack for thinking that he's not as good to go as high as he's projected. And I'm like, there are only certain running backs you take that high if you feel
What
like
game are they
they can.
watching?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like you don't take a running back that high unless you know they can change the game, like Ezekiel Elliott or an
Mhm.
Adrian Peterson. People of that nature. If you go in that high, that means they look at you as a game changer or a Saquon Barkley. You know what I mean? And he has that. My only concern about Genty is his wear and tear. That would be my only concern with Genty. He took a lot of carries at Boise State.
He did, but
Way too many.
so did oh, not Melvin Gordon. Who am I thinking of? Who's y'all's running back that was in the drama last year, Lou? I'm drawing a blank.
For the Colts?
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about Jonathan Taylor?
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor. He had a bunch of carries and he's been fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
Well, but my thing too with Hev saying about the carries and stuff, because when you look back at the history of Boise State running backs, while when they're healthy, they're solid. Like you look at Doug Martin, you look like Jay Ajayi and those guys. When they were healthy, they were solid, but it was far and in between. Like they often, had some type of injury going on. And like what Doug Martin had like 2,000 or 3,000 yard seasons, but like after that, like he was dealing with injuries.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think if they're smart, like if they go, I guess Derrick Henry's a good example, but Derrick Henry's also usually the exception to a lot of rules.
For sure.
Like no one keeps up that level of production at his age. Like it's impressive. And I don't know about you. I'm thrilled he's out of the division.
Oh yeah,
I'm so happy
for
I
sure.
to face that man twice
For
a
sure.
year.
For sure.
He used to
I
get
don't
y'all
like seeing
hell.
I never like seeing him twice a year.
He used to get y'all hell,
He used to
bro.
but he used to get the Jags
He used to
more
get
hell
the
than he
Jags,
gave us.
yeah. Yo,
Yeah, he did.
He used to have career days against y'all, man, against the Jags. He used to have career
Against
days.
them in the Texans. He used to go
I still
hell.
wake up in cold sweats, just pop out of the bed. It's like he can't hurt you anymore. It's okay. He's gone.
He used to get y'all hell.
To me, though, like it's and that takes me back to something too. I was in one of the Jags groups on Twitter, and like some of these fans don't hate the Titans enough. They don't hate him enough, man. They're like, oh, I want to lose so we get the first overall pick. I'm like, you don't hate this team enough. You haven't been around long enough to hate this team like the rest of the division has. I can't stand Tennessee. I'll go 2-15. I'm not losing to Tennessee.
Both wins
As
got
long
come to
as we
Tennessee.
sweep Tennessee,
I don't care. As long as we sweep Tennessee, I don't care.
And you can ask anybody that in the division, any Jaguars fan, any Colts fan, any Texans fan. As long as you beat Tennessee,
You're good.
No one talks more. No one talks more trash. No one comes at you harder. Like it's
a team that's accomplished nothing. I mean, to be fair, none of the teams besides the Colts have accomplished anything in our division. But the Titans are the ones that just seem to just the most, bro. Like
popping off.
Yeah, it's like, bro, what the hell have y'all done?
Houston's a close second, but they haven't won they haven't been to an AFC championship game, let alone won one. We went in year 2. We haven't won, but we got close.
I ain't know it was that much beef with the Titans, man. I ain't know it was that much beef, dog.
Oh, there's beef.
That's insane.
They just talk so much, bro. Like,
they do. Which makes me so happy when they do dumb crap like take Will Levis and tell me he's going to be the savior of the franchise. I'm like,
and now they tell me we gonna get Cam Ward. We gonna get Cam Ward. But y'all
me and Lou,
Will Levis, dog.
Me and Lou was trying to tell him, bro. Even when they was looking at him.
So I heard somebody I know was actually friends with with Vrabel's special teams coach when he was in Tennessee. apparently the GM and the coaching staff, that was an ownership decision to take Will Levis. GM and coaching staff didn't want him. Not a single person in that front office wanted this man at quarterback. And the owner said, "You're taking him. We need a quarterback." And every coach and the GM, assistant GM was like, "No, we're not. We're not doing this." That was ownership overruling, and look what happens. Ask any Dallas fan what happens when ownership gets involved with taking picks. And
Yeah, man.
They make silly picks. They make
makes
silly
dumb
picks.
picks.
And me and Lou told him, say in 2 years you're gonna be looking for another quarterback.
Me too. Me too. I watched him for 2 years in Kentucky. Nothing impressed me. Let's get into some pre-draft thoughts. Like, let's just kind of excitement some of the trades. Do you think there's going to be a lot of trades in the first round? Because I don't think there is. Like I said, there's a rumor that the Jags have a handshake agreement with the team. I don't know how true this is, and I think the handshake agreement is about Genty. So there was a rumor of this handshake agreement from Denver that if Genty is there at 5, we will trade back to 20 for like 3 picks, 2 this year, 1 or 2 next year, and then Cortland Sutton. Which, if that is true, I'll make that trade right now.
Oh, hell yeah, you can have.
I'll make the trade right now. You can have it.
Yeah,
20. Then I can
have the pick.
You can have the pick.
O-line, we're good. You can have it. We're fine. But if that is not true and he is there at 5, I don't know who we're going to get. I don't know what's going on. Draft thoughts. I mean, to me, I'm curious to see kind of how the first 3 picks go. Where do y'all think? So do you think first 5 at least? We'll leave out the Jags. Who do you think Titans are going? Who do you think Cleveland's going? Who do you think Giants are going? Who do you think Patriots are going? Because I got Cam Ward, I got Abdul Carter, because that strikes me as the most Cleveland thing to do, is to take another edge rusher after you just gave the King's ransom to Myles Garrett, who said he wanted out, but I'd hang out in Cleveland for $45 million a year guaranteed.
Absolutely. That'll change my mind quick.
Yeah, done.
No question. Hella fast.
Exactly. Yeah. I think
they go Abdul. That bad.
I think. Yeah. $45 million keep. I can cuddle my money when it's cold in Cleveland. We'll be all right.
We'll be all right. We'll be
okay. I can put it in my jacket, my jacket to keep me warm.
I'll be fine. I'll light it on fire. Just do this. Okay.
Who said I wanted to win again? Who said I wanted to win again? No, I didn't say I wanted to win.
Win financially? Yes. Win financially. Yeah. It's like, so I just some thoughts. I don't think there's going to be too many shocks in the first 4 picks. I don't think anything is going to get too crazy. I think it's after pick 5 is where things start to get weird, because I think we kind of know who the first 3-ish picks are going to be. Like, we know Travis Hunter's probably going top 3. We know Cam's going top 3. And we know Abdul Carter's going top 3.
Yeah.
4 is where
4 is with the Patriots, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think they go Mimbu out of Missouri.
Do you think he go? You think Mimbu go that high? I seen a lot of Patriots fans want Campbell.
Yeah, I mean they could go Campbell too, but I think it's one of those two.
Somebody was talking about how you take Genty at 5 or 4. I'm like, with what offensive line?
Yeah, you can't. They don't.
You got to protect your quarterback that you took in the first round last year.
Exactly.
Yeah. You don't protect him by going to get an offensive or running back.
Go get a running back, man. Y'all didn't see what Saquon went through when he was with the Giants. They couldn't block for that, man. Couldn't block for that. You don't take that.
I think they go O-line for sure. And that's just kind of some earlier thoughts. I don't think anybody gets too crazy in the first 5, but some dream scenarios for me, I would love to see Genty and Teal.
I would.
I know you wouldn't. I know Houston wouldn't. I know Tennessee wouldn't either. I would love to see Genty and Teal. I would love to see Ted. There's not too many picks to me that I don't like. I think we've got there's not too many picks that I wouldn't like. I just don't want us to reach on someone that we could get at like 15 or something. I wouldn't mind a trade back. But Lou, dream scenario for the Colts.
See, sitting at 14, it's tough, and especially because I don't know. We went cornerback, we went safety, in free agency. We made sure we shored that up. So now at that point at 14 is like, I know a lot of Colts fans talking about going offensive line. I don't think we go on offensive line in the first round, especially when you look at the offensive line that's in this draft. So, like the offensive lineman that's in this draft, there's so much depth at offensive line that you don't have to go that in the first round for us at least. But dream pick for me would probably be, damn man, if Jahai Campbell's there at 14, I would love Jahai Campbell.
Okay, that's not bad.
I would love Jahai Campbell there.
There's a chance he could be there though.
Yeah, or like a little small trade back, get another day 2 pick, and pick Jahai Campbell maybe at like 18 or something like that, maybe at 20. Something slight.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So what about you? Have dream scenario for the Niners? I think we talked about it a little bit, but what do you think is going to happen?
See, the funny thing with the Niners, we never picked the player I want. It's never been a year that we picked the player I want. So this year, I really haven't said much and typed out about the player I want because every time it's a player I really want, we never draft him. So
they're specifically watching your Twitter to see what you say.
Yeah, I've been keeping it, close to the chest because I really wanted CD Lamb. We didn't get CD Lamb. I really wanted what's his name? The generational pass rusher, but he's a safety. Jamal Adams. I wanted
Jamal
Jamal
Adams.
Adams, and we took Solomon Thomas. And, I wanted Patrick Surtain, and we ended up trading 3 first-round picks for a quarterback that might not be in the league anymore. So I don't. Dream scenario for the Niners. See, the thing is, there's a few players that I wouldn't mind us taking at 11. Of course, if Mason Graham was to fall to 11, which I don't think will happen, I would love Mason Graham. I would love Membu, but I think if Membu makes it to like around the eighth pick, could see the Niners trading up to get him. I think because we need an offensive tackle. Trent Williams, he probably plays another year or two, and I think he's going to retire. Um, Will Johnson. I know people are talking about his hamstring injury, but like Lou said, the tape is the tape does not lie. As my boy, and he got his show with my boy Coach B. The tape does not lie with Will Johnson. So I'm fine with us taking Will Johnson at 11. And Mikael Williams, the edge rusher
Okay.
from Georgia. If we take any of them 4, I'm fine. But I think John Lynch has talked about trading back as well. Like everybody's trying to trade back. They're trying to get
Everybody
more
wants to
picks.
trade back.
Everybody wants to trade back. So I could see a scenario where we probably trade back between like 15 to 18, and the player that we want is still there. But in the dream scenario, I want Will Johnson, man. I just think that dude is the next. If we talking about shutdown corner, I think he would be the next Patrick Surtain the second. If healthy. I told Garrett in my DMs the other day. He talked about his hamstring. I said, listen to me. He brought up Marshawn Lattimore. I said, well, listen, if he can be elite for them good 5-6 years like Marshawn Lattimore was, I'll take it.
Well, that's what it makes me think of. He had dual hamstring surgeries or something like that before the draft, and he fell like a good 5 or 6 picks when he should have been taken early, and he turned out fine against anybody but Mike Evans. He turned out fine. He turned out okay. But to me, he strikes me as that kind of player. He can lock people down. I've watched him play. He can absolutely play nickel. He can play dime. He can play outside. He can play where you need him to play. So he's that good of a corner. And if he can just stay healthy, I think he'll be all right. And I think he is going to slide out of the top 10 for sure. It's honestly a corner that I'm kind of happy no one's really talking about is Porter Jr. from Iowa State. He's a good day 2 pick who I think is going to make a name for himself in the league for a while. I think he'll be just fine. And I'm happy no one's really talking about him because that means Gladstone's probably got this giant binder of all these, day 3 guys who we can snag and just turn into starters.
That's crazy because that's a dude I had been talking about for a minute. It was Darian Porter. A dude I was like, I would be happy to take in day 2 for the Colts. Like if we could get him in the 3rd round or something like that, I would love that. I watched him at the combine when I went out to the combine in Indy, and watching him and some of the other guys out there, I was like, okay, because he's still a raw product because he played receiver and then they switched him to corner. So like,
right,
he's still a little raw product, but you get him in the right system, he's gonna be all right.
For
Yes,
sure.
I just I I'm just taking the expect the unexpected with the Niners. The Niners always do the unexpected draft day. So it it wouldn't surprise me if he traded back. It wouldn't be surprised if he traded up. But if he is there at 11, knowing them, I know who they better not draft. They better not draft Shamar Stewart. If they take Shamar Stewart at 11, dog, Lynch gonna have to rumble me. He gonna have to rumble me,
Hey,
bro.
but I would hold off on that, Hev, because if y'all took Shamar Stewart and put him at defensive tackle, he gonna be one.
Okay.
He gonna be one of them ones. But if y'all take him at defensive end at 11, yeah, I'll probably fight him. He still might be one of them ones, but I would fight him if you took him
Yeah.
at defensive end at 11.
I just won't understand it, Lou. If you got Mikael Williams there, it's no point of you taking Shamar Stewart to be on the
Mhm.
edge when you got a much better pass rusher right there. You might as well take him. And I know the trenches are for something that the Niners have been emphasizing throughout the offseason, talking about the trenches, the trenches, the trenches. So the pick more than likely is either going to be an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman, one or the other. So make it easy. I mean, I think they'll probably go Mikael Williams, if anything, because we've been trying to get an edge on the other side of Bosa since we drafted him. Everybody had D4 was supposed to be that guy, but he couldn't stay healthy. Leonard Floyd has been cool, but he ain't been moving the
He's
needle
all
that
right.
much. Yeah, what's his name? That's on the Saints now. They was rushing with him in Ohio State. I cannot
Oh,
think of his
Chase.
name right now.
Oh,
Is it
Chase
Chase
Young.
Young?
You want
Yeah,
to talk about
Chase
a guy
Young.
who didn't pan out?
you know, I thought that was
Yeah.
going to work, but then that didn't work. So I can see the Niners going there, and which I'll be fine with. But just don't take Shamar Stewart to be no edge rusher, and you got
That's
Mikael
that's
Williams sitting right there, bro.
that's how I feel with Jalen
That's what
Walker.
pissed me
That's
off.
exactly how I feel with Jalen Walker. It's like, look, and he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be a good player. Don't get me wrong, but edge rusher is not our most pressing need, and I don't want Mason Graham either, because with Armstead moving back inside D line isn't our most pressing need either. It's defensive back, and I don't think we're taking a DB at 5 because I think Darby's going to jump back outside. They did an interview where the coaches apparently told him he was not going to play outside.
Mm.
You only play
Ronald
nickel.
Darby?
Yeah, no, not Darby. No. Sorry, Jerry and Jones. My fault. Ronald Darby.
Oh, Jerry and
I'm
Jones, Jerry and
thrilled
Jones.
that man's not on my team. My fault. That man got cooked by everybody. After Ravens fans told me he'd be great, I watched him get cooked by everybody.
Everybody.
Ravens fans, they're gonna gas up a player. That's one thing they
Oh, I
gonna
know.
do.
I know. I get it.
They gonna
It's
gas up a player.
it's what they do. I get it. But to me, like the one pick again, I don't want honestly above anybody is I don't want Tyler Warren.
Lou, what's funny?
Yeah, not at 5.
Not
Not
at
at
5.
5.
I don't want Tyler Warren at 5. And
I
it's
don't
not
need
'cause
to.
I don't think he's going to be a bad tight end, but the last tight end taken at 5 has not
We,
panned
see-
out.
we see how that panned out.
It's like,
We see how
Mr.
that
Kyle
panned
Pitts
out.
himself.
And I see
That's
Niners.
not panned out.
I see a lot of Niner fans mock drafts, and I'm like, why y'all keep trying to emphasize this Tyler Warren at 11? Like, no, we
You
don't
have
need a
Kittle.
tight
What do
end
you
at
need?
11. We don't need that. Like now in the later rounds, if we can get Fan and Junior, I'll be
Bannon
absolutely
Jr. is
fine
going to be a
with
good
that.
pick.
You know what I mean? To pair him with Kittle. But if we got an elite pass rusher there at 11, why the hell are we looking at taking a tight end? That doesn't make
Yeah,
sense to me.
Fannin would be good to pair with Kittle because you have an inline tight end and then you have your big slot tight end that you can work at the Y and stuff like that, or work
And I
up
think
in the the slot and stuff like that.
And then I think it's time, Lou. I think it's time that we get and go double tight end. We haven't been able to go double tight end since we drafted Kittle. I think it's
Mhm.
time that we get another tight end that can help him in the passing game. I think Kyle needs to go that way. You know what I mean? I always felt like you could still be dangerous in the passing game if you got two tight ends that can hurt you in the middle of the field. Bill Belichick was able to show it. It didn't last long, but
No.
Aaron Hernandez and Rob Gronkowski was that was a crazy duo that was going to be crazy for a long time.
Can't believe Bill
it
said
didn't.
that not lasting long.
So I'm not on the Tyler Warren train. I see not a lot of Niners fans. I'm not on the Kelvin Banks Jr. trade either at 11. If
Mm-mm.
he's there at 11, you better not take him either. Those are
No.
I'm not with it. Not for it.
I mean, to me, oh, hang on. There he is. With the fresh cut, too. Look at that.
I wouldn't call it fresh.
That's fresher than mine.
Yeah.
Should have got one this week. I haven't. There's a reason the hat's on.
Yeah,
Been out all
like
day and it can't come off.
yeah. Last weekend I did a thing.
Ah, there you go. I got you.
I don't know
Oh,
what
okay.
that is.
I'll make a sci-fi. I just played.
Oh, okay. Okay. Congratulations for crossing over, man. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you. But anyway, I just got here. We got a lot of stuff going on. We got a lot of
You're
stuff
good,
going
man.
on.
Dream scenario for your Seahawks. That's where we're at. Right now.
Dream scenario for my Seahawks, which is obviously going to be not much of a nightmare for Heavy because like we are what we are. My dream scenario probably we either get a quarterback that we build for the future that either has a lot of upside, we steal an edge rusher that's going to be dominating the NFC West for long periods of time, or we just get an offensive lineman that's going to be able to be a really good lineman for the unforeseeable future. But if I had to do my dream scenario, I would do it like we draft Jalen Milroe, we develop him properly, we continue to build around whatever quarterback that we have, keep chalking up as much talent. Our offensive coordinator pans out the way he's supposed to the point like where teams want to be able to take him and be the head coach. And then we plug in Milroe. He shows flashes and he gets better and better. He like basically progressed like Jalen Hurts has done throughout his career when he entered the league. And then he just becomes a problem. Obviously, he's gonna have growing pains because we saw growing pains back when he was at Alabama. But that would be my one dream scenario for my Seahawks.
Fair. You see y'all trading back to take him? You think you're just sticking where you're at and taking him?
I don't know because in the Pete Carroll days with John Schneider, we're known for trading back, given where we are in the first round. But this one, there's no telling. I really can't predict nothing as far as like what my team is going to do come Thursday. It's just going to be a wait and see.
We'll see. I mean, yeah, I'm with you on that. Honestly, we'll see. Let's get into some rising and falling players real quick because I know we're running short on time. But let's get into some rising and falling players. We can also kind of talk about like and we were talking about guys like not really trading back. I think everybody wants to trade back, and I don't think it's because this draft isn't good. I just don't think outside of the top like 3 or 4 guys, there's not as much of a gap between these athletes and these players as there has been in previous years.
There may be a few at certain positions. Let's see. There's not a big gap at quarterback to a certain degree. To me,
outside of running back, there is, but once Genty goes, I mean,
running back would be it. Not much of a gap in tight ends, not a much gap in receivers because you could because like it's such a mix of high low ceilings and floors with receivers in this class. It's like you got guys that could possibly be number ones who got potential, but then you got the ones that you're not really sure, or you're not really sure if they're going to pan out that way. Then you got basically any other position. I think the one position that has a really big gap is cornerback.
That's fair.
You look at Will Johnson out of Michigan. I think he's above and beyond the best cornerback, like pure corner in this draft. I think that's about the only gap in this draft is at cornerback with Will Johnson.
Well, a lot of people like Barron too. They say Barron. A lot of people on Barron too. You know what I mean? Because how many different positions he can play on the field. You know, I've seen a lot
Morrison
of people.
too. I think between those 4, Benjamin Morrison, Travis Hunter, Will Johnson, and Barron. After that, it's a lot of project guys. Like it's like you're projecting them, but like those 4, you kind of know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
But after that, it's like it falls off. And I mean, not saying that they're not talented because they got to be. They talented, but the talent level, just drops off. I say the linebacker too. Like linebacker after like a Jalen Walker, a Jahad Campbell, and stuff like that. The linebacker. It's a deep draft for linebackers, but like after
outside of the first 2 guys,
like it kind of falls off a bit.
I think
this is one of those at that point.
Yeah, I think it's one of those classes that has the potential to either be one of the best we've seen in a long time, or this is just going to be like a god awful class outside of like 4 people.
I do
Yeah.
I do believe this class is not going to be as bad as 2013.
I agree, 100%.
I do believe that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't believe it's going to be that bad. I will say this. We were talking about rising and falling, guys. If I had to pick 2 guys, that one that's rising and one that's falling, I'm not going to count Shador Sanders as far as falling. I don't know why that's happening. I don't believe none of that. But as far like truly falling, I can see like I would say my pick for falling would be Territory McMillan.
Yeah, me too.
And rising, Mike Green out of Marshall.
Yeah, I would say Mike Green, but he has the it's the character issues with him, but I mean the talent is there. You
Yep.
can't deny the talent. And I seen Niners fans put that in the mock draft too. Like we're gonna
Yep.
take Mike Green at 11. I said if y'all, I like Mike Green, but you better not take him at 11. You
Not
got
at
all
11.
these other people on the board. Not at 11. If the Niners do that tomorrow, that's gonna piss me off too. That's gonna piss me off. Do not
Ed
piss
said I'm
me
gonna be on
off,
the
man.
first flight to San Francisco.
Do not piss me off, man. And I think I might go live when we do our pick tomorrow to see my reaction because I'm just expecting the unexpected with the Niners. I
It's the
don't
same.
expect it.
I think that's a lot. I think that's the same with a lot of teams. The only one
Mhm.
like that really know who they're going to get is Tennessee.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's really about it. They're gonna get Cam Ward, but
If they pass on Cam Ward, I'm gonna laugh
Lou,
Well,
so hard.
Lou,
well,
talk
we
to
had
me
a,
real quick because obviously I missed the beginning of the show. What do you expect from your Colts?
Yeah. I expect us to go defensive line or linebacker. It's one of those two. Or I mean, we could go tight end. It depends on who's on the board. Like if Tyler Warren is there at tight end, or even I could see us reaching and taking Colston Loveland at 14. To be honest,
I don't
but
think it's a
either
reach.
one. I mean, it might not be a reach, but I mean, depending on the shoulder and everything. And one of the things with the Colts, people see like we bring in people for the top 30 visits or whatever. We never take those players. Never. So
Gladstone doesn't do top 30 visits.
that means absolutely nothing. Usually, the player we take is the player we never talk to. Like last year,
that's how we are, Lou.
Last
That's
year,
how we are.
Latu said he had no conversations with the Colts. He didn't even know he was getting drafted by the Colts. Didn't even know the Colts were interested. The only one I would say probably had like everybody knew was taken was Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, I think we all knew that.
We visited him so many times in Florida. I mean, I know the media talked about Will Levis and all that, but we was always on Anthony Richardson. But outside of we don't talk to those players. So like if you had a top 30 visit with the coach,
y'all don't talk to them publicly. Y'all
at all. No, they don't talk to them at all.
Oh.
Ted,
they talk
Ted
may
actually
talk to him. They may talk to him at like the combine, but like those first round picks, usually those meetings that we hold with players are like players we have questions about. So like we brought in James Pierce. It's probably because they wanted to check the character issue stuff and talk to him about that and everything. He's likely not coming to Indy. They just wanted to check a box to see, hey, what's going on with this? Why is this coming out about you? You know, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, they didn't talk to Latu at all. Like I think they talked to Latu maybe at the draft or the combine, and that was it.
And it worked
Ted
out.
McMillan actually had a pretty funny comment today because of how quiet the Jags have been with what they're actually going to do. They asked him like, "Oh, have you talked to the Jaguars?" He's like, "I don't think anybody's talking to the Jaguars." It's like, based on what I don't think anybody's talking to this team.
I mean, that which could be an honest statement because y'all got a top 5 pick, so they could be, making sure they cross their T's and dot their I's. So we're the same way. Like if the player that you think we gonna draft, it's never that. If we have a top 30 visit with these players, we normally go the other way. They're not the players that we take.
This is breaking right now. This is from Rappaport. This is the first actual direction I've seen. Jacksonville is considering trying to trade for the Browns' number 2 pick to land Travis Hunter.
I can see that.
I could see it. I think I
can see that.
But I can I could see Cleveland doing something stupid like take Abdul Carter.
Okay,
I'm
so glad we're talking about Cleveland because I wanted to ask Heavy and C Lew this one because me and Garrett, we've already talked about this. Why is Cleveland not looking to get a quarterback?
Because it's Cleveland.
It's Cleveland. They're gonna die on the Deshaun Watson hill.
They still paying that boy all that money.
They
They-
got
No.
that too.
Didn't they just
Man
bring
took
a
4 years to play a whole
too?
season.
But dog, think about this. The not and Heavy, you know this firsthand. Y'all paid some quarterback. Y'all paid a quarterback, but you're stuck with the guy that you drafted. That was the last pick in the draft. Money was still there. My Seahawks, we paid a quarterback a lot of money, that we got from free agency. We stayed with the guy that we drafted in the 3rd round. You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
I get that you made a major investment. It didn't work out. Now they're just collecting free money. Credit to them. But at the same time, you're in the business of you got to win.
To be honest, they might not even be high on this draft class as far as quarterback go, and it could be holding out till next year. I don't know, but you picking at number 2, you got Cam and Shador. Get
Tyler
one of them.
Show it too.
Yeah,
That's what
get
we were
one
saying.
of them. But
You talking about risers? Oh my god!
Tyler
Yeah.
Show it too. Why not?
listen, they could do that. That would
They
be
could.
absolutely fine.
And they might want to take somebody in the second round that they like. Like if Jackson Dart was to fall into the second round, they might take him.
can
Or
see
if
that.
a Tyler Shaw
see
fell to
that.
the second round and they took him.
I can see
Which
that.
I mean,
Tyler
Tyler
Shaw
Shaw
should
should fall to the second round. Like we shouldn't even be talking about him in the first round at all.
At all.
If the
At all.
Jags do something stupid and make me apologize to Pac-Man Jones on this, so help me God.
What did you say?
will
Pac-Man
say-
said again that y'all was gonna trade Trevor Lawrence. That's right.
Pac-Man said we were going to trade Trevor Lawrence to Cleveland, draft Shador at 5, and go from there.
You know what the funny?
If we do that and they make me apologize to this
Cleveland's
man,
not about to pay both of them quarterbacks.
no,
No, they're not about to do it.
no.
But I ain't gonna hold you. That would be like a Cleveland type thing, though.
That would be
You
a
know,
Jaguar thing too. And
That would be a Jaguar type of thing, though.
I'd be so mad.
Lou would have a. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Jay-
I be watching. Let me tell you something, man. I be watching the AFC South. Lou love trolling them, bro. Like when
Yeah.
the season start, bro. He be. Oh my god. So Lou would definitely have a field day.
Oh, yeah.
If you traded Trevor Lawrence and took Shador.
I can't protect you if you do. I can't protect you if you do.
But Cleveland, I think with Cleveland, like a lot of people have said, I think if Abdul Carter is there and you got a chance to have 2 booking edge rushers for the next 10 years, I just don't see why they don't. And maybe
Why
you
not?
get your quarterback next year. Why not?
But this could
of course you get Shador, but I mean, I
This
think
could
Abdul
also
Carter
be
is pounding board.
this could also be Gladstone having fun and messing with people and
That could be it too. To
see
see what people want to do. You know,
I-
around this time,
I don't have
people
enough
trying
hair to
do big
lose,
things.
James. You got to be nice to me, man. I don't have enough hair left to lose.
Boy, y'all trade Trevor Lawrence to get Shador Sanders.
I'm
That
gonna
would be
lose it.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
listen,
lose
man.
it.
I don't think y'all want to take on that dead cap. I ain't gonna hold you.
It's 80 million dead cap. We're not
Oh
doing
no,
that.
hell no.
We're not
Hell
doing that.
no.
Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
I can't see Khan doing that.
No, but to me, back to rising and falling. The guy I think is actually going to fall the most is Mason Graham.
Let him fall.
Michigan?
Let him fall.
I think he falls out of the top 10, and I think
Let him fall.
I think
I'll
he
take him.
I think he falls in your lap at 11.
Let,
really
let
do.
Him, let him fall right here.
I think he falls in your lap
Come
at 11.
on, Mason.
Man, Quentin Nelson gonna bust his man.
Let
He
him
falls in
fall.
your lap at 11.
But
I don't
but
see it
once,
happening.
But once again, it'll be just a Niner thing that he'll fall.
Yeah,
And y'all won't
That would
take
be
him.
some, that would
we
be some
won't
Niner
take
ish.
him, bro.
that's an
And we
Eagle
won't
thing. Let's
take
be
him.
honest. That's an
And
Eagle
that'll
thing. Let's
piss
be
me
honest.
off.
I get into a
That'll
debate
piss
with
me
somebody.
off, bro.
If he found a way to make it to 14, I could see them taking him too.
I can see the coach taking Mason Graham. I can see
Because
that.
after Grove, Grove and Buck are getting older, so you know they reaching the end of their career.
I can see Mason Graham falling, and I don't know why, but I'm with you. I think Tyler Show is rising, and I don't understand it. And it doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. It's
It's the stupidest thing ever, man.
I don't know.
I don't know people seeing Tyler Shaw. I just don't see
Every
it.
year there's one. Every year there's one where he just rises up and like, what are you doing?
But then again,
Who let
like
you in?
with Will Levis,
Mhm.
rose up. He was supposed to be a top 10 pick, and he fell to the second round. So I mean, that could be
This
another
year's
one.
Will Levis. He is this year's Jalen. Respectfully, he is this year's Mac Jones. He is a guy who I don't know why he's in the top 10, but he's in the top 10, and he Shaw won't go top 10. He won't. But he will
No, hell
sneak into
no.
the first round, and I don't understand why. Because there are teams reach for a quarterback. I don't know why they reach for him, but teams reach for a quarterback. I think he's going to rise. What about
You
biggest
know,
surprise?
biggest surprise
Mm-hmm.
that could happen in the first round?
That could happen in the first round. Biggest surprise.
Let's see how many quarterbacks we got. Cam Ward,
It's
Shador.
not going to shock me as much, but I think not the act of it happening, but I think what it's going to be. I think we're going to get a Trent Richardson level ransom for Ashton Genty.
I can see that.
I think that's what's going to happen. I think someone's going to trade up into the top 10 to get this insane, because Denver, the word
Question.
is
Hold up. What? Okay. Was Saquon drafted number 4 when he was drafted?
He drafted number 2.
Okay.
I don't see him going number 2. Although again, that would be a Cleveland thing to do, is to have
That
Nick
would be a
Chubb and then
Cleveland
take.
thing to do,
That'd be a
too.
Cleveland thing to do. Have Nick Chubb and
Listen,
then take.
Nick Chubb is gone.
Chubb is
He's a free
gone.
agent.
That's true.
And that will
Oh,
be a Cleveland thing to do for them to take
wait a
Genty at 2.
minute.
Chubb is a
Wait, Chubb
free
is
agent.
gone.
Yeah,
He's a
Chubb
free
is
agent.
gone. He's a free agent.
God,
He
If
gone.
they
I
could
forgot
take
about that,
Genty,
Lou.
they
They
could
didn't
take
resign him.
Genty at 2.
Yeah.
They
That's
could
something
Genty at
nobody.
2.
That's something nobody has talked about who they running back, their next running back going to be.
They could take Genty at 2.
They could take Genty at 2.
That
And I ain't gonna lie, if they took Genty at 2, that would shake
would shake
the
everything up.
draft board. That would shake everything up.
That means
Good.
everybody's either going to try to trade in at 4.
Oh yeah, to get Travis Hunter for sure. Yeah.
To me, so I
Or Abdul Carter.
it wouldn't surprise me if Vrabel can't resist taking Travis Hunter. Because can you name me a more Mike Vrabel guy than Travis Hunter?
I just think I can't.
They
but
don't need it.
I just think they go. I think they go offensive tackle.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. But
They need
I
it.
think they need it. I don't know. I think pick 2 is going to shape the rest of the first round, and that might be a really basic, generic thing to say.
You really
but
giving Cleveland that much power?
yes, because
Hey, listen.
Cleveland. Here's why. Because we have no freaking idea what they're going to do.
Okay.
We
We
have
really don't.
no idea. And
One
it's
second.
it's not me giving them power to do the right thing. It's what stupid decision are they going to make to throw
Like, you
this
gotta think
whole
about it,
thing
bro.
out
The
of
question
whack?
is for Cleveland, what is the right thing?
That is a good question.
The right
I
thing is
guess
It's not
quarterback.
even like you talking about doing the right thing. What is the right thing for them?
Quarterback.
Travis Hunter or a quarterback.
or a quarterback would be the right thing, but
The right thing is quarterback or Genty. Because if they
I
don't,
could definitely see them taking Genty at 2.
the right thing is quarterback or Genty.
I get
The
that.
dumb thing, even though this is not that I don't think he'll be a good player. The dumb thing is Abdul Carter or anybody else besides Hunter or
Well,
Genty.
here's the thing. I don't want to say that's dumb because you like if he pans out there,
Sorry, quarterback
know,
or Genty.
be a really good edge rusher. Dog, you
He'll
can
be
never
a
have
great edge rusher, but that's
dog,
not Cleveland's
you can never
top
have
need.
true, but like you can never have too many edge rushers.
We'll
That's
see.
true.
Now
I don't.
like I know we're heavy on the draft and stuff, but I got to talk about this. Y'all watch more NBA than I have this season because I just been out of the loop between work, between all the stuff that I've got going on. So I'm looking at the playoffs and having the year that he did. I think Jalen Brunson got named NBA Kia Most Clutch Player. Shea's probably gonna win MVP. That's basically all the stuff that I know. If y'all had to give an overall recap of the regular season, obviously the playoffs has already started, but if y'all had to give an overall recap of the NBA season this year, how would y'all give it?
I'll let Hev take that because I did not watch NBA this year.
Well, unfortunately, I did. I'll say overall recap: the Luka trade saved the NBA.
As far as attention.
Yes, it saved the
Okay.
NBA
Makes
because the NBA was terrible. It was becoming non-watchable. Everybody got tired of seeing blowouts every night. Everybody got tired of it, and it wasn't competitive. And then Luka getting traded to the Lakers brought the attention back that the NBA needed on the strength of, watching Luka in a Lakers uniform. That's what
I was
saved
gonna
the
say
NBA
because
this year.
I'll still say even after that, it still was not competitive.
Yeah,
I
but you
love
know,
that.
it gave the ratings it needed because like, all right, the Lakers
Yeah,
got
because
Luca.
you watching Luca in one of the biggest markets,
Yeah,
one of the
I
biggest
love that
markets in
Shams
sports.
had to come out and say, "I am not kidding, and I was not hacked. This actually happened."
Yeah, I like that.
It's
I did like that too.
Yes, it was the biggest. Like, what the hell?
yeah.
Because I looked
Still,
at it, I had to double check to make sure it wasn't April Fools. Like I'm looking at my phone, I'm like,
Facts.
there's no way, there's no way. And then the reason why that he was apparently overweight,
appreciate
like
you, Nico Harrison. Appreciate
so
you, my boy.
Zebo was overweight. Zebo carried Memphis for years.
Appreciate you, my boy, because Luca ain't
Nico
going
gotta be a Lake,
nowhere.
he got to be a Lakers fan.
Hey,
Nico got
listen,
to be a
hey man,
Lakers fan.
we'll send him a ring, man. We'll send him one in the mail.
Listen, man, he's the
That'd be
best GM. He's the
crazy.
best GM the Lakers to have. Everybody
And
want
yeah,
to give credit to old boy that's over there. What's the old boy name? Y'all
Palinka.
GM now?
Yeah,
Yeah, Palinka. No, Nico is y'all best GM.
yeah. Hey, Lou. He got Rob Palinka an extension and everything. I said,
I
boy, this Luca trade got you up.
two
This Luca
things.
trade got you up, bruh.
two things brought two things brought attention back to the NBA, and it was the trade, and it was Stephen A. doing
And LeBron,
Stephen A. things, talking about how he's.
yeah.
I would swing on LeBron. That's the worst decision I think you can
He,
make as a human.
you know damn well he wasn't gonna swing on
That's like
LeBron. Like,
swinging on
stop
Mike.
it.
That's like me swinging on Mike Tyson. That's not going to end well for me.
Yeah, it's not going.
That's going to hurt.
Stephen A.
I
just
don't
so
know.
said the
bad.
I don't know
right
if
thing to
you.
say.
I don't know if you could take if you could just dodge enough, let it last for about like an hour and 30 minutes. You still got a chance.
You think I'm dodging Mike Tyson for an hour and 30 minutes?
Nigga, run. You ain't in the ring.
I appreciate how in shape you think I am.
Fear gives you extra stamina.
I
That's a
pulled
fact.
my. This is going to be on the record now.
Get
I,
Chase.
Or it
Huh?
makes your legs shake, and then you feel like running, you ain't really going nowhere.
that man would grab me like an old Hanna-Barbera Scooby-Doo cartoon. He would grab me by the back of my collar. I'm doing this in the air. My legs spinning. He's got
Hey, but y'all got Lakers got the Timberwolves. Celtics are playing the Magic right now. I think.
Celtics Lakers.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say that for the finals
I said it
because
2 months ago.
I don't really know because I'm like I won't be surprised if the Lakers make it to the conference finals. The Clippers are playing. The Clippers have the potential, but Yoke is still Yoke, and I will never doubt. I would never doubt the Joker. And obviously, and I'm not talking no trash, but based off of history, the Lakers do not want to see Yoke. And I'm not saying that as far as like they don't want to compete with this Joker, but they don't want to have to deal with that Joker. As far as in that sense, OKC, I love the way that they play. I love the culture in which they're set, and they can make that run. But the question is, what's going to happen when they go against a more better, talented, and competitive team? That bodes the question as far as within the playoffs. Because right now, like they're doing whatever they want against Memphis. Like they're out coaching them, they're out hustling them, they're out playing them, they're out shooting them, they're outscoring them. Like, I don't know.
Have you said it best? Memphis is just laying down right now. They said, I want to go home. No.
They ready to go home, man.
They
over
booked
it.
their Cancun Airbnb like
Yeah,
2 months ago, and they're not getting the
they
deposit back. So,
we
Hey,
just
that's
we
what
just
the
hit.
Heat did too.
Yeah, it just and I ain't gonna lie to you, Jalen. We not ducking Denver. Actually,
I know
we
you're
played
not.
them
I know you're not ducking them.
we played them very confidently, like very
mhm.
confidently. I
I
think
know
if
you.
we see Denver, we're gonna knock them off.
I know you're not ducking them. I do want to touch more about your series. First game didn't pan out well. Well, game two a lot better. You was able to get a whole lot of stops. Minnesota's not shooting the ball very well, especially given. And I will say Julius Randle, he's playing pretty well within this series, the last few games. But the more I keep looking at Rudy Gobert and how he's getting set up for embarrassment every time he gets brought out in the pick and roll, and Luka is just looking for him. I'm just asking myself, what were those voters thinking of giving him 4 Defensive Player of the Years? Like, I really want to go back in those seasons. And I'm thinking to myself, what did y'all miss?
Most overrated defensive player of the year I've ever seen.
I was gonna say it's the same thing we say every year with him. You win Defensive Player of the Year, and then you get played off the court in the playoffs.
That
Every
like,
year, every time.
Every
Every
single,
time.
it never fails.
Most overrated
time.
defensive player of the year I've ever seen.
like I can
It's
I can
bad.
make excuse. Heck, I can make a reason or a case like Marcus Smart. His Defensive Player of the Year was valid.
Mhm.
I can make a case for that. But with Rudy, I'm like, I can't. I like nothing.
Maybe because he blocked a lot of shots, I'm guessing. That's the only thing I can think of. 'Cause
Rudy
it's
trash
just
talks like prime Tony Allen. First
that
team on
too,
defense.
you know. And
not even close. Like
I think we're going to keep picking him.
Tony good. He was
Yeah,
clamping.
Tony was a dog.
Tony
Tony
would
was
clamp.
dog.
Tony would clamp.
Tony was clamping.
No,
Tony
no,
was a dog.
that was disrespectful to Tony. I'm sorry.
Like Tony was like he backed up his trash talking.
Yeah, he was
That
a
was
dog.
disrespectful to Tony Allen. I'm sorry.
I'm trying.
That was
Yeah,
just my favorite
'Cause I'm-
trash talk I ever heard was him being on the court and just going first team all defense as he walks
looking
by.
at-
I'm like, I've never heard anybody brag about that.
I'm looking at the playoffs. Like the first few games have been really good. We've seen a lot of good basketball, but I'm looking at Cleveland and Miami. Cleveland's gonna win it. I'm looking at the Lakers and T Wolves. I mean, depending on momentum, like Lakers should win it. Clippers and Nuggets, that's gonna be a dogfight. I'm looking at the Pacers and the Bucks, and I'm like, either Giannis is gonna leave or what? I don't know. I just
If they
don't
lose in the
know.
first round, he out. He gone.
Yeah, Giannis said I'm done.
Like,
He gone.
also, I want to look at Doc Rivers for a minute. I'm like, bruh, don't nobody milk no. I don't think nobody milks an NBA championship more than Doc Rivers.
It's not Ben's fault. It's not Ben's
He gonna
fault.
hold. He overrated, man. He's another coach that's overrated.
Boy,
Hearing
I'm
how
like,
he used to sound versus how he sounds now
what do you?
is crazy.
I'm like, I want to keep. I want to be able to like still give him his respect because it's not easy to win a championship. I understand that, but at the same time, I'm like, since then, it just hasn't been it.
No.
And you've had teams,
Mhm.
you've had talent, but I'm like, just right now, dude, like Pacers are murking you, and I don't believe Pacers are that good.
They're not. Pacers are not that good. Pacer. I don't think any of the Pacers teams that have made playoff pushes have honestly been like
But
the
Pacers
best
fans will
team.
tell you other.
I know they will, but it's they sneak. This isn't a shot of the Pacers. They just build complete teams.
Yeah.
They don't really have any like strong weaknesses, but it's all solid guys.
I think
If that makes sense.
I think the best chance that the Pacers had to like come close to get to an NBA championship, it wasn't the 2013 Pacers squad with Paul George. It was the year before that when Melo won the scoring title. Because like the Melo and Knicks, they were projected good, and then like Lance Stevenson came out of nowhere, and then like Pacers knocked out the Knicks, and then they had that whole 7-game series against the Heat and LeBron, and Game 7 winning in Miami. Miami did what they were supposed to do. I still think that was it. I still think that was their best shot. I know, I know the year later they got the top seed. They had home court advantage in the playoffs, but like that team was not as good as it was the year prior.
Was that the Lance Stevenson blowing on LeBron's ear year?
Yeah. No. That was the year after.
That was. You want to talk about a trash talker?
That was the year after. But I'm looking at teams in the East that's possibly gonna like make any type of noise. I don't see it, man. I really do see like a clash, like a collision course with the Celtics and the Cavs, because I'm like, Pacers not beating either one of them.
Nope.
And shoot, what's the other East matchup?
Knicks Pistons.
That's a good series.
Oh,
that's a good series.
It's a good series, and I'm happy. Look, I don't get how you can't be happy for Detroit.
I'm more happy for Cade than anybody.
I'm happy for the city and the fans of Detroit.
Cade was in hell for a long time.
Yeah, he was. But like, shout out to JB Bickerstaff.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you know what? I would like to see the Pistons versus the Cavs. I would love to see the Pistons versus the Cavs.
I
Honestly,
wouldn't.
that could happen.
I
Uh,
wouldn't at all. I'd be
I
very
this though
upset.
I got the Knicks winning in 7, but I wouldn't be
I'd be
surprised if the Pistons beat them.
I'd
I
be
don't know.
very
I don't know.
upset if it was Pistons
At this moment,
Cavs.
I could go. I could go Pistons. I'll go Pistons for the simple fact, like you don't know how much you could really count on Cat when it comes to postseason. It's just like there's certain moments he shows up, but not consistently enough. But that's just me. In the West, I mean, oof, it feels like it's a dogfight every game. Well, except for Thunder
Not-
and Grizzlies.
Yeah, no, that's not a dogfight. that one's not. So, but yeah,
Do y'all think the Rockets get a game?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
get
No.
a game.
Oh, they got
They get
one?
a game. No, they
Yeah,
will
they'll
get
get one.
one.
Oh, they'll
They'll
get one. I thought they did.
Yeah, but
I don't-
that's probably all they get.
I don't know. Like it's either gonna be tonight or it's not happening because
Yeah, if they don't win tonight, they getting swept.
I'm looking at it's the defense for me. Like with the Warriors playing, this ain't much they're shooting. It's still like the level of defense that they're playing. I mean, with Drake, like Jimmy Butler got to be a really like he might be the best compliment with Draymond on the defensive end. As far as scheme, as far as how they're built, as far as like how they love to play defense, like Jimmy Butler is a really good compliment to Draymond.
The word Draymond and compliment don't usually go well together.
We're just talking defense, dog. But even then, like I got to give credit to Steve Kerr.
For sure.
I mean, reminder: Steve Kerr was receiving a whole lot of criticism going into this season after what happened with him and Jason Tatum in the Olympics, because everybody in the NBA community was killing Steve Kerr. Yeah, they won a gold medal, but how do you sit Jason Tatum?
I'm with you. I don't understand. I don't know how you sit Tatum. That one, but I mean, the only way I saw that was again that team was just so deep. Like I wasn't that
Yeah, that
mad
team was
about
deep
it.
as hell.
That team was deep, but I think the biggest thing with it was that was more for Steph and LeBron because they're not getting another one. That was the last one.
They're done. Like
they're not doing another 4 years. They're done. LeBron, respectfully to LeBron, they're not doing another 4 years. So, all right, we got to wrap up, man. We've definitely run late. So, again, thank you guys for coming on. As usual, shout out what you got to shout out via Hot One style. Cameras are yours. Plug what you got to plug. Plug your handles. Plug Sports After Dark. Plug whatever you guys want.
Let my dog Lou go, man. He got a lot of good stuff going on. So
Go
I'll put it
for
on
it.
my boy. Put it on my boy, man.
Yeah, so well, Garrett, we talked about it before the show, but y'all know I'm jobless now. So now so now we really try to get this thing going, try to get the sports stuff to take off.
Hashtag
so
hire Lou.
Yeah, hashtag hire Lou. That's what I should have put my name as. Hashtag hire Lou. But nah, so like right now, I'm really getting into my Drop Balls podcast, getting back into that. And so what I started doing now is I stream on Twitch, stream on YouTube. On YouTube is Drop Balls Podcast. Twitch, if you just type in Drop Balls Pod, I should come up. But I'll stream on there. I do my show every Tuesdays and Thursdays. And tomorrow I'll run during the draft. And I'm pretty sure we're going to do something with Sports After Dark too. So we're going to get some stuff going with that. And then also me and Coach B, we do Tape Don't Lie, where we look at football film. We look at college. We look at NFL. So check us out on Playback with that. We also on it's called TDL Film Study. So check that out. And you can look that up on Twitter too, TDL Film Study. I believe that's the @ for Twitter. And then, of course, my Twitter @ DropBallsPod. But, yeah, I mean, that's what I got going on. My streaming stuff. I haven't been streaming this week, but I'm probably about to do it after we get off of here. But stream Call of Duty. Been playing that a lot. Again, on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, TikTok, all of that. So make sure just find @ DropBallsPod, and I'll come up.
Let's go. All right. Thank you guys for coming on, man. We got to get you guys back on more often. Sorry, the scheduling thing was crazy, but thank you guys for taking the time. We always appreciate it.
Last time we was on, I had hair.
Next time we're on, I might not.
No. I just need 2 more weeks. I need 2 more weeks.
Next time we're on, I might not. Again, we're
Brother,
keeping the hat on for a
it
reason.
was for a good cause, Jalen. It was for a
Oh,
good cause.
without question.
Yeah, it was for a
Without
good
question.
cause.
So
But I will say one more thing. Congratulations to my dog Heavy
yes,
and Ass. They
congrats.
about to bring a life into the world.
I appreciate y'all, man.
That
Appreciate y'all.
joke wasn't a joke. That was
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't. It
Nah,
wasn't. You know, y'all spoken into existence. So we kind of blame y'all for that. You know, we were
blame
talking about a
me.
dog lane.
I'll take responsibility for that.
Because they was really talking about getting a dog. Like,
We really
Yeah,
was
no,
talking
I
about
know.
getting a dog.
Yo,
Yeah.
To be fair, that tweet was really
we were working on getting a dog. Shoot, Heavy was
And here
doing
we
dog.
are. Here we
that
are.
tweet was a
Heavy
little
was
vague.
handling dog like business.
That tweet left some room for interpretation. Jalen got me with the same.
Yeah,
not
he
Garrett
froze.
freezing.
He
Yeah,
freezing. Oh man, right in the middle of the joke.
yeah, he got censored. He got censored.
Hey, you
Hey,
gotta
All right, I'm back.
Look, okay, I think it's slowly coming back.
We'll see what happens, man. This
Okay,
is crazy.
Garrett,
I'm gonna
you
have to hold
froze.
down for a second till I pop back up.
Yeah, you
But-
froze, bro.
What?
You
Yeah,
got censored.
hopefully this,
Hey, we
this
back?
kid, hopefully this kid becomes a Niner and Lakers fan. You know, I ain't gonna push it on him, but
Again,
try to
hey,
like,
I don't know, man. That,
if
like,
you need a Dallas
that's-
truck, I got you.
hell no.
I'm
I don't
gonna
know.
put that
no.
truck in the chat, Lou. You haven't seen it. That's the ugliest
Hell
truck I've
no.
ever seen. That
Like
But-
I'm trying to think. Like, this will be a really good reality show. Like I would title it "The Child of Heavy and Ash." Who and like first episode will be pilot. Second episode will be whose side are you on? It is not making it 5 episodes before you get there. No, it ain't gonna make season 2. No, it's gonna be season 1, second episode. Whose side are you on?
I love it. All right, we got to get out of here, man. Thank you guys for taking the time to come on the show as always, man. It's always good to
Appreciate
have you all on. I'm gonna try to hop on Sports After Dark tomorrow during the draft because we either are gonna see my joy or my misery, depending on if
Shoot, I gotta be
see
on the
what
road.
happens.
I gotta be on the road, so I gotta watch it from my phone.
Yeah, we'll get all that figured out. I may not be chiming in because I got an Android, and until playback gets that figured out, I got to sit there quietly and troll in the chat.
Oh right, forgot. Y'all be tripping. Y'all forgot. Yeah.
But
Yeah, you
I
know
will
it.
say this though, for the state of the division, we are making a comeback. We are making a comeback on Spaces.
I gotta talk my trash
Alright.
on there. That'll be there. So I'll be there. I'm always there for State of the Division, especially now that we
Oh,
came
yeah.
in second to last place, so I get to talk
Like
early.
this year's state of division for me, I'm gonna be as humble as possible. But
Not
I'm
me.
still gonna beat the Cardinals.
Not me. All right. Thank you guys for listening, man. As always, we really do appreciate it. If you guys want to follow us and listen more to the show, find us on Twitter, find us on YouTube at TDSN Pod on both of those things. Same on every podcast platform you could possibly listen to. If we're not there, reach out to me on at TDSN Pod on Twitter. We'll get there. It's fine. It's easy fix. Let's do it. If you liked the show, leave a comment, leave a review, rate 5 stars. It feeds the algorithm gods. Don't know why it works, but it does. If you didn't like the show, this is a blind date. We just gave you an hour and 20 minutes of content. We'll pick up the tab for that, but no reason to bash us later. It's totally
His
fine.
French
We'll
is
go
getting
about it
better.
that way.
Your French is getting better. Talk about we.
I will pick up the tab.
There you go.
I will pick up the tab.
There you go.
So-
Inflation is crazy right now.
That's a different conversation. But I will pick up the tab for the hour and 20 minutes of content we just gave you. But there's no reason to leave a negative review. You go your way, we'll go ours. 2 ships in the night. We appreciate the time and the chance. But if you like the show, rate 5 stars, do all that, retweet the show, all that fun stuff. You get a shout out at the end. Also, if you're a show that we think you like as well, people you think you should listen to and interact with, that's where it comes at the very end. Go check out Jim at Fan of the Van. Him and I do a show called Steel and Teal. We'll probably come back after the draft. Brent, our friendly neighbor to the north, up in Canada with the 1420 Sports Bar podcast. Aaron at Brutally Honest Sports. Darian over at Chill Takes. Him and I have been going back and forth a little bit on Twitter, just kind of what the Jags are going to do. E-Man over at Avatar Sports. Him and Jim do a show called Cigar and Sports. Go check that as well. If you're a wrestling fan, I know John at Wrestling Fan Insight has put something out for the WWE because WrestleMania just happened.
17 time.
As usual, always go check out Sports After Dark. And if you're looking to gamble, make sure it's outside of an NFL facility, especially if you're an NFL player and you're listening, which I don't think you are. But listen, Nate's Day the Wager. Don't bet the rent. Don't bet the house. Gamble responsibly. Thank you. And as always, we'll see you next time.
I want my beard back.
Go Niners.